On this episode of the Massive Agent Podcast, I'm going to tell you how to avoid this ridiculous, disastrous marketing mistake that pretty much every agent I've ever seen makes. It's crazy. And I think once you hear this, you're going to be like, yeah, why do we all do that? And stay tuned to the end because I have a bonus lead gen tip for you that every single person listening can make today, something you can implement today that will help you get more leads tomorrow.
The Massive Agent Podcast, with lead generation tips and strategies to get you more leads and sell more homes.
I love to buy houses. I like to sell houses.
It takes brass balls to sell real estate.
Wait a minute.
The leads are weak. You're weak.
I've had better.
Oh, have I got your attention now?
Here's your host, Dustin Brohm.
Hey, what is going on, Massive Agents? Welcome to episode number 59 of the Massive Agent Podcast. We're almost to 60. I know 59 is really not that impressive or anything, or, you know, but hey, 59, it's one before 60, and then 60, it's like, woo, we hit 60. It's awesome. We've been doing this show for over a year now. It's been like a year and 2 weeks. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, supporting the show, and being part of this awesome Massive Agent movement. I'm having a great time, and I hope you are too. So I am back in Salt Lake City, back home from New York. I spent all of last week in New York City, in Times Square specifically, at the Inman Connect conference. And if you heard my last episode last week, episode 58, yeah, it was, I was stepping on toes. I was quite ranty. I did not start the show off intending to be ranty and to step on toes, but sometimes I just can't help it. And so there you go. If you wanted my feedback on the Inman Connect conference and my takeaways from it, go back to last week's show, episode 58, and get caught up on that. And you can hear the crunching of the toes as I jump up and down on toes of our fellow agents within the industry. So for better or worse, there we go. Guys, welcome to the show. If you are new, my name is Dustin Brohm, your host. I am an agent with eXp Realty in Salt Lake City, Utah. I am the founder of the Massive Agent Society. We'll talk about that at the end of the show today. That is pretty much our, we give you, for anyone who wants to run Facebook ads and generate a crap ton more leads, we give you the ads to run. We just say, here you go, run these ads. They're proven. They'll get you leads. Here's how to do it. Copy and paste this so that you're not reinventing the wheel. Okay, so for anyone wanting to get more leads, agents and loan officers, or both working together, go to massiveagentsociety.com and check out what we're doing over there. I am a national speaker, trainer, and coach on all things real estate marketing and social media. I'm also the co-founder of the super exciting, super fast growing Industry Syndicate, real estate's first media network. So this show is we are a founding member of the Industry Syndicate Media Network to discover more shows like this one in the real estate space, whether you're an agent or a loan officer. If you want to find more shows that are similar to this, like-minded, new school in their approach to marketing and business, go to industrysyndicate.com and check out our other member shows. We have some amazing shows, the best podcasts, the best flash briefings in our industry, bar none, we have in the Industry Syndicate. And in just a few short weeks, I don't have the exact date yet, but we are launching the Industry Syndicate app, which is going to be a huge monumental leap forward for anyone who wants the best content in real estate. So I'll talk more about that as that date approaches. Guys, before we jump into the episode, please hit subscribe. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, especially on iTunes, so that you're not missing any Massive Agent awesomeness. If you don't subscribe, you have to remember to go into iTunes or Overcast or Spotify or wherever you're listening to your podcast. You have to remember there's a new episode every week. If you hit subscribe, no matter where you listen to the show, every new show Thursday morning will just automatically download and it's there. And you're even going to get a notification that it's there if you subscribe. If you use the iPhone podcast app, the little purple one that comes with the iPhone, like the main Apple one, you'll get a notification every time a new episode comes up. But you have to subscribe. Please do that. And so it helps you out and it helps us out. It lets the iTunes algorithm know that this show is in demand, and it helps us get a little boost in the rankings on iTunes. So please subscribe. And final word before we jump into the content, before I tell you all about this ridiculous mistake that pretty much every single one of you, including myself for many years, makes in our marketing, specifically with listings, when marketing a listing. And it's ridiculous. I think once you get this perspective, you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, why do we do that? It's one of those things that like we just do because we've seen people before us do it. And when we really think about what we're doing, we're like, why? Why do we do that? That's stupid. So the final thing, I want to quickly thank our sponsor, Audible. If you go right now to massiveagentpodcast.com/free book, massiveagentpodcast.com/free book, and go get yourself a free Audible audiobook. Now, this is for brand new customers only, first time customers with Audible. If you already have a membership, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this is only for new customers, but get a free audiobook of your choosing, any audiobook on Audible for free, 100% free. You'll also get a 30-day free trial. And here's what's awesome, guys. If you download a free book and then you go cancel your trial before the trial runs out, if you cancel that membership before the trial, you get to keep the audiobook. So cool. So it's a free, no strings attached audiobook. Here's a book that I've been reading lately that I love. I think you guys should absolutely go get, especially if you're not an Audible customer. So go get a book called The Third Door. It's by a guy named Alex Banyan. I think it's like Banyan or something, but Alex Banyan, The Third Door, The Wild Quest to Uncover How the World's Most Successful People Launch Their Careers. And they interview like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Maya Angelou, who else? There's a few others. They're like big name successful people. And they find out that they all went different paths. They all did things their own way in a different way, except for one thing. They all used what's called the third door. And the book really dives into that. I'm loving this book. I think you guys will love it. If you're looking for that next book, go get The Third Door by Alex Banyan. Go to massiveagentpodcast.com/free book. Get it for free on Audible. Cool. Do that. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question here. Why in the hell do we all post the front of the house as the main listing photo? Why do we do that? Why do we post the front of the house as the main photo? On the MLS, everywhere? Like if you put it on the MLS, then it syndicates everywhere else, and the first photo that shows up is the front of the house. Why do we do that? Is it a rule somewhere that the front of the house must be the number one photo? If it is, you should follow that rule. But I've never heard of such a rule. It's not that way in Utah. I can put whatever frickin' photo I want as the main photo. So we all do this. Go through the MLS and even your previous listings, because I used to do this until I really started to think consciously about what I was doing marketing wise. And make no mistake, the photos you put in the MLS is you marketing the property, because that gets syndicated all over the internet. So it's very important. Why do we put the front of the house? It's like this unwritten rule that, it's so weird. When we get our real estate license, it's like as we're receiving that license, the first thing, like they also transfer something that rewires our brain to think that we must always be talking about real estate. We must always post on social media about real estate. We just have to talk about real estate all the time, right? And we also feel like we have to put the front of the house as the main listing photo. Well, those are both completely wrong. Here's why that's such a disastrous mistake. The front of the house, like 9.5 out of 10 times, is not interesting, is not attractive, is not going to get anyone's attention, and is not appealing. It just looks like the front of a frickin' house. I don't know about you, but I don't get listings that often where the front of the house is just wows you and will stop you dead in your tracks when you're scrolling your Instagram feed at hyperspeed. Sure, we get listings that are very impressive every once in a while, but most of them aren't. Unless you're a luxury agent. I'm not a luxury agent. I list some luxury homes from time to time, but that's not my market, and it's probably not yours either. So the number one thing you should be worried about is not just mindlessly uploading your photos and thinking, okay, the exterior goes first, and then another shot of the exterior from an angle, and then the kitchen, and then the bathroom, and blah, blah, blah. The only thing that should matter, and this is, guys, I'm using this in the context of marketing a listing, but this is true for all marketing. No matter what you're selling, no matter how you're trying to sell it, The only thing that matters is that you get the consumer's attention first. So to do that, is the exterior of the home, is the front of the home going to accomplish that? Pretty much every single time the answer is no. Now, I'm not saying that you should not market your listings. I'm not saying that you should not talk about new listings you have or promote open houses. The issue becomes how you do it and where you do it. So just like with the photos you choose for the MLS and what that number one main photo is, you have to take a step back and think about your listing. Think about what is the number one thing about that property that is appealing, that's unique, that's interesting, that if only people could see it in person, they'd be interested in that house. All listings have something like that. And if you're thinking, well, not my listings are boring, whatever. Well, what if the house itself or the condo itself is not that interesting? Like maybe there's nothing unique about it at all, but maybe it's within a 5-minute walk from a park or a train station or something, like a very prestigious school, it has an amazing view of the mountains when the sun is rising in the morning, when you're on the back patio, or, a great view of the sunset from the master bedroom, when the sun's setting, whatever it is. And you really have to take the time to do this. It doesn't take that long. You just have to consciously do it. But think about what is that aspect of the property. And loan officers, if you're listening to this, help your agents do that. Because you see their listings, you help them promote their listings. If you keep seeing the same boring exterior photo every time, have them listen to this, or just tell them, educate them. Just say, look, you've got to get somebody's attention before they're going to be interested in that property. Is that photo really going to accomplish that? The answer is always no. So if it's a view, if it's, the proximity to a store or a park or a school, figure out how in one image that you can show that. Maybe it's like an aerial photo from a drone where you take a photo and then draw on it. You show, the house is here, park is here, and then maybe a little dashed line between them that says like 0.1 miles or something, or 3-minute walk. You can do that if you're creative and you make the effort to figure out how to show that uniqueness or that attractiveness, whatever that attractive thing about the property is, how to show that in one single image. There's always a way. There's always a way to do it. And guys, hire a professional photographer. You have to. It's like $100 or less. You can get photos done on a listing for $80. I'm sorry, but professional photos are infinitely better than your iPhone photos. If you're trying to save $80 on a listing, that's a problem. And you're trying to show people that you're the best marketer for that property, you need to list your home with me and pay whatever I'm charging in commission because I'm the best and here's why. But then you won't hire a professional photographer? Are you kidding me? You have to hire a professional photographer and talk to them about the message that you're trying to convey with that very first image. And communicate with them with what you're trying to do with all the images. And if they're great, you can kind of rely on them to do that. They might know better than you, but that you have that one shot at grabbing attention, that first photo on the MLS. What is it about the property that is unique that if only people could see, they would be interested, they'd be stoked. What is that thing? And then highlight it in an image. So hire a professional to do that, especially if it's like, if the best thing is the view of the valley, if it's up on a hill overlooking the valley, or it's a view of the mountains or a sunset or a lake, or it's nearby a stream, or maybe it's the new remodeled bathroom. Maybe it's, the game room in the basement, whatever it is, a professionals can be able to take a much better photo than you ever could with your iPhone. So don't take iPhone photos. That's a bonus mistake. I wasn't even planning on talking about that as like the biggest mistake that pretty much all agents make. But there's another one. Not all agents do that, but there's a lot of agents, especially in hot sellers markets, where all you need to do to sell a house is put a freaking sign in the ground, and they're trying to save money. They're like, I don't need to hire a professional. I'll save $80 and take these photos myself. But guess what? You're showing people that you suck as a marketer. And then once it becomes a buyer's market and they go like, you can't really show them your portfolio of previous listings because they all suck. So think ahead, people, and don't be so cheap. When you're cheap in business, when you're trying to save, you're tripping over dollars to save pennies is really what that is. Okay, let's see here. I don't know what it is about the front of the house, but we don't need to do that. Just stop doing that, okay? So get that out of your system. Just give yourself permission to no longer use the exterior of the home as the main photo. Of course, you have to have it in the photos, as you should, from a few different angles. Of course, you want people to be able to see the house. But if it's not amazing, if it's not a really beautiful front of the house, don't use it. Use the beautiful remodeled kitchen. You know, use a picture of the backyard that goes up against a fishing pond. You know, whatever the best thing about the property is, do that. And not doing that is so disastrous on so many levels. And it's hurting you, your business, your sellers. It's hurting your future business, because every time you go do a listing presentation and every time you list a new home, you're auditioning for future business. If people are seeing you on Redfin, seeing you on Realtor.com or wherever else, and they see your photos taken with an iPhone, or they're just very lackluster and boring, they're just like, bleh, average. They don't want to hire an average agent. They might be looking at photos. You have no idea this is going on, but this happens every day, all day, in all markets. People are looking through stuff, and they're like, maybe we'll sell our house in a few months. I don't know. It's just like something I thought of. Let's see what's on the market. Let's try to get an idea before we ever reach out to somebody. Let's get an idea of what we could sell our house for right now. And they start looking at properties in the area, and they come across some of your listings. And your listings are boring and they don't grab attention, and they're terrible photos, or even worse, taken with your phone, and they write you off. They're like, oh, this is listed by Dustin? Ugh. Like, I don't want them to list my house, because my house is beautiful and deserves a better, deserves to be showcased better than that. Every listing you publish now is an audition for a future listing. Let that sink in. Okay. So even if you only stand to make $1,200 from a listing once it sells, spend $100 on professional photos, because you're auditioning for future listings. Please take that advice. Whether you're new or old, or you've been in the business for a month or 10 years, doesn't matter. Let that sink in. Guys, here's the thing. With all your marketing, and specifically with your listings, with your posts and everything, and this goes for your profile photo, this goes for all your profile photos on social media, everything, your cover photos, your banners, you only get one chance at a first impression. You only get one chance. So don't squander it doing something that is just easy, or don't mail it in because everyone does it this way, so I better do it too. Don't mail it in. You only get that one chance at a first impression. So you better make it good. So at the beginning, I promised you a little bonus today. Hopefully that right there about choosing the main photo and only getting one chance at a first impression, hopefully that was worth the price of admission for you listening to the show. And I know what you're thinking. Well, podcasts are free. Of course they're free, but your time is valuable. So hopefully that was worth you taking some time to listen to. And I think if you really let it sink in, it will be. But above and beyond that, I want to give you one actionable bonus tip that you can implement today to start generating more leads tomorrow. And you guys know I'm big on Facebook ads. I've built my business on Facebook ads and content marketing, but Facebook ads are a huge part of my business. And then we launched the Massive Agent Society to help other agents so they don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just give them the ads to run, and then the support and training to learn how to do it themselves after, later on. So I love Facebook ads. I'm still huge on them. And, I don't think there's a better spend of your money than Facebook ads. But let's say you don't want to really spend any money right now, or you've never run an ad yet, or you've run some ads and in your eyes, they quote unquote don't work. here's something you can do so that they will work down the road. You have to kind of build the foundation today so you can use it later. So right now, and I'm going to make this applicable for every single person listening, because I know not everyone has a website. Not everybody has a website that they can go install the Facebook pixel onto. So this will apply to everybody. In the Facebook Ads Manager, there's something you can create called a custom audience. Custom audience is like a box that you can put people into once they've met certain criteria. For example, if you have a website and you install your Facebook pixel code onto it, you could say you can create a custom audience of people who visited your home value request page on your site. Like people who visited that particular URL on your website, go into that custom audience box, and then you can use that audience to target a future ad to. So if they're visiting your home value request page, whether they submit the form or not, they go into that custom audience. You know that they have some level of interest in how much their home is worth. You know they own a home. So then you can send them relevant seller ads or, whatever ads would be relevant for a homeowner or a seller. You can run those later on knowing that group of people is already interested in that thing. So custom audiences are huge. It's called retargeting. It's a tactic used by Amazon and Target and Purple Mattress and you name an e-commerce company, like a major e-commerce company, and they retarget the shit out of us all day, every day, as they should, because it's a tool that Facebook gives us and Google. I mean, the other platforms have a form of retargeting as well, but the Facebook one's the easiest. For what I want you to do for this actionable tip, you don't need a website. You don't need to install a Facebook pixel code on a website. If you want to learn how to do that, I actually have a video up on our YouTube channel. So go subscribe to the Massive Agent YouTube channel. I have a video that walks you through how to do the custom audience. I believe on the blog on massiveagentsociety.com, there's even an article and a walkthrough there as well. So I have resources if you don't know how to do the Facebook pixel. But let's say you don't have that yet, and you don't have a website, but you want to do this custom audience thing and you want to take advantage of retargeting. It's called the warm audience. Instead of just targeting random strangers that may not know about you yet, you're able to target those who do already know about you. So go into your ads manager. In the upper left, you're going to click on that little hamburger thing, the little 3 lines, and go to where it says audiences. Then you're going to find the little create button and create a custom audience. Make sure you do this on desktop, not on your phone. You have to do this on desktop. Your phone does not have the full functionality. If you're running Facebook ads at all, and here's a bonus tip, don't ever do stuff on your phone. Like, unless you're just checking on the metrics of a campaign that you're running, don't do any Facebook ad stuff on your phone. It doesn't have the full functionality. You have to do it on your laptop or your desktop. So click on audiences, then click create, then custom audience, and then it's going to walk you through that whole thing. Then you're going to choose engagement. Once you've clicked on engagement, it gives you a bunch of options like video, lead form, Facebook page, Instagram business profile. So I'm going to have you do a couple of these. You can create a custom audience of people who have watched your videos on Facebook or Instagram. You could even specify how much, like what percentage of the video they have to watch before they qualify to go into that custom audience box. But for now, I want you guys just to keep it simple and to start creating that custom audience of people who already know who you are. Go to Instagram business profile, and then you're going to do this again for Facebook page. And I want you to select, let's see right here, include people who meet any of the following criteria, and then make sure that your page is selected, and then do people who engaged with any post or ad. People who engaged with any post or ad. So, and then you can put a time limit on it. You could do a year. I recommend like 180 days. You could even do a week. It just depends on how much traffic you have. And you can create a bunch of these. You could do a custom audience of anyone who's engaged with any post or any ad from your page within the last day, week, month, 90 days, whatever. Do a few of those custom audiences. Because then if you want an ad in the future, if you want to run an ad to people who have visited your page and engaged within the last week, at least you have that custom audience set up. You have to set these up now so that then as people start to visit and start to engage, the box starts to fill up. and then you can use it at a later date to run an ad and target the people in that box. So start setting these up now. Do those. It's low hanging fruit. Do one, anyone who's engaged with any post or ad for your business page on Facebook and your Instagram business profile. If that's all you do today, awesome. Set it and forget it. And then start thinking about what you want to show the people who are in that box, people who have already engaged with your page or your profile somehow, some way. If you do that and set those up and then start learning a little bit more about custom audiences, and there's a bunch of free resources on massiveagentsociety.com in the blog section. Go there. There's, if you're a Massive Agent Society member, we have a whole training section on retargeting and custom audiences and walkthroughs of all the different ways to do it. Go take advantage. Go learn this stuff and set it up. It's a set it and forget it thing. You set up the custom audience once. Once people meet the criteria, they go right into that box. Then you just have to think about how to target them with an ad later on. So go do that. That will help a lot. If you think about it. If you have an ad to run, are you going to have a better response showing that ad to people who know you already or who don't know you? Usually it's people who already know you, the warm audience. It's the custom audience, the retargeting. That is how you can show the ad to people who already know you. They've already had some exposure to your brand, your logo, your page, your content. So that's just getting you that much closer to the goal line to have better performing ads. I hope that helps you guys and demystifies some of this whole retargeting thing or the Facebook pixel and custom audiences. Because if you're new to it, I understand. It can be a little bit confusing. I get it. But it's really not that difficult once you jump into it and you start seeing how it works. You're going to be like, wow, why didn't I start setting up dozens of these custom audiences earlier? And so now's your chance. Enjoy going down that rabbit hole. It's a fun one. Like I mentioned before, guys, if you want more help, if you want to become a Facebook ads master, and this is for anyone, any agent or loan officer who's never run an ad before, you've never done a Facebook ad, people who have tried Facebook ads, but for whatever reason they, quote unquote, didn't work for whatever reason, it's definitely for you guys. Or people who know how to run some ads, they've had some success, but they really want to learn how to master it and take it to the next level. If you're already a Facebook ads master and you're totally stoked with running ads and you can get leads all day long, no problem, this is not for you. But if you're one of the people that I mentioned, please go to massiveagentsociety.com. We have an amazing program, training and support program for Facebook ad lead generation for agents and loan officers. And there's some ads in there that'll get you 10 to 15 leads a day. It's amazing how, let me just say this, with Facebook ads, every little thing matters. Every little step, every little setting, every little dial that you turn, so to speak, matters. And if something's off, the whole thing can just not work. So you have to learn how to do that. And that's why we don't make you reinvent the wheel. We let you log into our database of Facebook ads. You can copy and paste depending on what your objective is. If you want to just promote an open house that you're about to have, or you're trying to get more buyer leads or more seller leads, you can just select, I want seller leads. And then it tells you, okay, here's the ad to run. Download this image, use this, copy this headline, use that, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Here, use this audience, boom. We take all the guesswork out. Then you just have to run it. Then through our members only Facebook group and our weekly coaching calls, if for whatever reason that ad is not performing the way that it should, we'll help you troubleshoot it. We'll teach you. I'll log in with you. We'll do a screen share. I'll show you in your ads manager. We'll make sure that all your settings are correct. And if they are, then we'll figure out what it is that is hurting that campaign. Why is that not producing leads? Why is it not producing leads to the level that you expect? And we diagnose it. We teach you how to do it. And then pretty soon you don't need us anymore. So it's an amazing program. We do only allow one agent or one loan officer per market. That's the catch. Like there's really no catch other than that. So there's some markets where unfortunately you're going to have to be put on the waiting list. Someone else has claimed it, but you can claim it for your market. Most markets are available. Just go to massiveagentsociety.com, look in the toolbar in the upper part of the website, click on sold out markets to see on a map if your market is still available. If it is, you can join, you can claim your market, you can be the only agent or the only loan officer in your whole market who has access to these ads and who will be running these ads. And as an awesome byproduct of that, there's a built-in referral network. Okay. So in our members only Facebook group, you have all these lead generators from all different parts of the country, but no one is in your market. So if somebody has a referral, if they're in San Antonio and they have a referral to give you in Tulsa, then you're the only one that can get that. And so there's referrals passed around. It's awesome. You're the only one. So you're really like claiming your market on our exclusive referral network as well. MassiveAgentSociety.com. Go check that out. We have monthly, annual, and lifetime options depending on what you want to do and how you want to do it. I truly believe, guys, just based off the feedback we've received from members, and it's always the members who have quit, the members who have canceled their membership. Like they're with us for a certain period of time and then they fly away from the nest. And I love that. Then the feedback I get is like, look, I knew nothing. Now I know everything. I've been generating leads like crazy for months. I don't need you anymore. Awesome. That is awesome. That is my ideal scenario. So I don't believe that for the price, there's a better value out there to teach agents and LOs how to generate their own leads, how to take control of their own lead gen. I haven't seen it. There's amazing programs out there, but they're all $2,000, $5,000 a month, for God's sakes. Ours is, let's just say, not that. Final caveat there with the Massive Agent Society. If you are a member, if you are on our eXp Realty team, if you've joined eXp Realty and you're on my team, yeah, you get it all for free. So you don't have to worry about it. If you're thinking about switching brokerages and you want to see why I'm so excited about eXp, why I decided to plant my flag at eXp Realty above all the other options out there, there's a video to watch. Okay. I'm not going to give you a sales pitch. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to tell you to go to massiveagentpodcast.com/exp, massiveagentpodcast.com/exp, and click play. And then in 25 minutes, you will be up to speed on eXp, how it works, why I'm so stoked about it, how there's additional revenue streams and income streams available above and beyond commission. That's why we're so unique. That's why I'm so excited about it. And that's why my family is so excited about it, looking 1, 2, 3 years down the road. So check that out as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Massive Agent Podcast. Like I said at the beginning, we are a proud founding member of the Industry Syndicate Media Network. To find and discover more shows like this one, podcasts, Alexa Flash briefings, video shows, Facebook Live shows, go to industrysyndicate.com and go check out other amazing new school shows like this one that are going to bring you value and teach you something to help your business. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing weekend. Go sell some homes. I'll talk to you guys later.